Welcome, everybody, to Dicks, Dorks, and Destinies. I'm here with my friends, the Kid, Ken, and Crash today.
What up?
Yeah, we
I'm
we
dying.
get Crash again because he's awake.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah, we're all awake.
and my meeting got canceled for today, so I actually worked my third shift hours, and I'm not on day shift today.
Nice. It's good to have you on the show, man. I like it when all of us are here. I mean, I like making the show anyway, but I like it when all of us are here. It seems like we have more fun.
We have loads of fun no matter how many of us are here, but yes, with all four
Or
of us
what?
here.
Or what topic we're on.
Let's see how we can side rail today.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about parallel universes and the idea of the multiverse.
Let's just
One
start
of my-
this off by admitting the most horrifying thought about anything with multiverse and parallel universes is how many chapels there are.
Well,
They're
that's
probably
a
not all the
50-50.
same.
That's
Let's
a
hope
50-50
they're not all the
gambit.
same.
It's not about how many chapels there are. It's how many chapels have the envision of a Gatling cock and spinning locks.
Yeah, that's,
All of them?
Jesus. Horrifying.
I mean, let's be honest here, guys.
The kid strikes again.
In one universe, in at least one of each of us has the worst version of ourselves in some universe somewhere.
Good God.
And mine's probably in prison for all kinds of shit.
Yeah, with a Gatling cock.
You know the funny thing about this is you're talking about yours is in prison. I guarantee you the worst version of us all is all in prison, and we're all sharing the same cell.
That's probably the worst version of all of us. Are you guys ready to come back to the good side of life? Fuck you!
No, no.
And we're all doing a podcast in that one too.
From our prison cell.
Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
people sneak in phones and all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Lord knows what we could sneak in.
Get
Well,
that piece of corn off your mic there.
I mean, you know, we've heard people talk about prison purse, so
You know, the worst part is, my alternate version, the worst part of me, probably wasn't even supposed to be in prison. I met these idiots and I went, hey, you know what? I'm small enough. I'm gonna sneak myself into their cell.
Chapel's the ringleader.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I'll be honest. If there's a universe with all four of the worst versions of us in it, I'm pretty sure we're probably just running the world at this point.
world domination.
You see Chapel sitting on this giant golden throne full of bitches and shit. And
Bring
just
me your hentai.
just a big tattoo on his chest going Big Papa.
I like it when you call me Big Papa. Yeah, that's
Holy fuck.
probably not the greatest line, but
And crashes is bring me Taco Bell and football.
Yeah, probably.
Mine would probably still be sitting there in the fucking corner going booyog.
Oh,
yeah, and the kid is probably just over in the other over in the other corner going, how the fuck did I get here?
His is probably taller in a different universe.
Oh my God.
hey, I'll be the tallest one of the group. You all can be average height. Fuck y'all.
Fuck you, I want to be a dwarf. A fat little dwarf that can roly-poly across the floor.
And probably sound like Cartman.
I'd try, but I'm too sick to try.
Oh.
So, anywho.
Yeah. Who wants to get us started off?
Well,
thought
I
we
mean,
was.
where do we? I thought we already started off on this. We just went straight to the worst versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
So, the real question is, with the whole multiverse and the parallel universe schematics of the way things go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so right now we, in this version, are sitting here in a podcast talking to each other.
Yeah.
Now the real question is do some of these multiverses exactly mirror what we are doing currently, just with minor alterations, or are they severe alterations?
No, the alterations are both minor and severe. Some universes, the idea is that things just change just a hint. Like instead of like, okay, so like
Your hair color, your eye color, if you have a specific tattoo or not, shit like that.
yeah.
You're missing a tooth.
Yeah. Like okay, so Ken, you have a specific tattoo on your right arm that was how we met, right?
Correct.
Man, somebody was checking somebody out.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm fucking gorgeous, and Chapel could not resist me.
Chapel was eyeballing him across the room, going,
Yeah.
"That's a
Yeah,
tasty
I'm
man of meat."
eyeballing that fucking
Yeah.
wrist. You make that wrist work,
Yeah.
bitch.
Hey, you know what? I like to live on the edge, okay? I'm not afraid to show a little bit of skin, like a dirty little whore.
So my example is that in like a different universe, that tattoo is on the other arm.
What a god-awful place for it.
Well, I mean, that goes into, we were talking about it earlier just before we started the show. We mentioned Rick and Morty. Futurama does a whole parallel multiverse episode, and the slight alterations are one of them, Bender. The Bender that we know is Silver. The parallel universe, he chose a golden finish instead of a silver finish. So.
Yeah, that's true, but they were still just as equally jackasses.
Right.
And Hulu brought them back.
So, I mean...
So then, like... Okay, so... A little bit of context for our viewers. Not too much, though. My left arm, in this universe, is... I call it the arm of the devil, because I got it tattooed with demonic stuff all over it. So then in my other self, it could be like the arm of God. Like holy
yeah, or
stuff.
even it's still the arm of the devil. It's just the arms are switched instead of your left arm, it's your right arm. And like just swap the tattoos. From one arm to the other, and their placements.
Fuck, my other universe self has got shit taste. Then doesn't understand what the fuck the left side means. Then.
Well, in the universe, it could be the fact that the right arm means what it means instead of the left.
Well, I suppose, yeah. Idealism could be swapped over to the other side.
Yep. And like there's even evidence to suggest that physics and the way science works is different between universes as well. There could be a universe where time flows backwards instead of forwards, or a universe where magic actually exists instead of where it doesn't.
So
And where
works backwards.
Yeah,
I don't
like you start out as a dead old person, and then you slowly become younger over the years.
No, I'm thinking about this in a Chapel way. Hold on.
rotting,
God.
a rotting dead corpse erupts from the grave.
No, hold on. I got something for this. So, Would it be painful to ejaculate then? Because would it go back inside you instead?
I hate you so goddamn much right now. Like it just forms out of the dust of the earth.
Just
yeah.
Like a
and then
Well, I mean, you know,
good and ejaculating starts feeling bad.
You're talking about something like that. I mean, just imagine going to take a shit or a piss. It all just comes right back up inside.
Oh my god, that's gotta fucking be painful.
and then you vomit out the food.
The food that you were going to eat is coming back up and going out and forming back together.
That sounds like one genuine, like, unhealthy way to live.
Sounds like
I mean, it's the whole parallel universe, multiverse concept. I mean, what really sparked my idea about it all and piqued my interest was a old movie. I say old movie because I'm old now. But Jet Li's film, The One, they talked about the whole multiverse and the ideology behind it. But they also went into a more in-depth concept is if you were the singular person conscious of all the other multiverses out there and you started eliminating yourself in all alternate timelines, realities, so on and so forth, what happens to that life energy? And they stated that that life energy would go back into you and you would essentially become a god.
Yeah. A Jet Li and Jason Statham film.
Right.
Fuck you, Jackie Chan.
What do you mean?
Jackie Chan is so much better than Jason Statham. Let's be real.
But Jason Statham was in The One.
Nah, that doesn't count. In this other universe, it's gonna be Jackie Chan.
What the fuck ever?
Don't you what the fuck ever me.
Yeah, I'm going to.
No.
I'm doing it right now.
No.
So actually the idea of that comes from string theory, which is an actual thing in science. And the idea is that everyone and everything is connected. We're not sure how, but we know it exists. We know that we're all connected because we are all once the same like energy, and now we're all separate. And the idea of that is as you're killing off the other ones, the strings are solidifying and becoming thicker, and it's giving you more power. But that's where they got the idea for that movie from.
Okay.
Somebody read up on Google.
Read up on Google? No. I'll look. If we're going to talk about something, I always try to do my homework, unless I just don't know until right before the podcast what the fuck we're going to be studying or talking about. But like, if you guys have something you guys want to talk about and you want like me to converse about it, let me know ahead of time. I will stay the fuck out of it and we'll have a conversation.
No, it's definitely I like the ideals behind what we're going on about. Makes it
yeah. So the way they figured it out actually was they took two photons that they initially they weren't. They were just one photon. So they did a light test, and they had two cutouts, and they used the same light beam to light up both holes, and it came out with two photons from the separate holes on the other side. And then they were able to isolate those photons and then pull them further apart and then when they vibrated one, the other one on the other end that they weren't doing anything with would also vibrate. And that's where we get the idea of string theory. Or at least that's part of where we get the idea of string theory.
Yeah. We're back to science class.
So
sorry.
No, it's totally fine. Like, I'm sure our viewers are interested in hearing all of our weird ideas and scientific theory. Otherwise, if they weren't, get the fuck out of this group.
That's not true. We need our listeners. That's not true. Don't listen to him.
Stay. Listen. Pay us.
So,
Chapel will give you $1.
Chapel will give you $1. Where's my dollar? I want a fucking dollar. Anywho.
Me love you long time.
Jesus.
That's $5.
Yeah.
It is. Seki $5.
Oh man. Let's get kinky. Anywho. So here's always been a question / idea. And I don't know.
Right.
I've kind of taken this from like multiple standpoints. Like some people could look at it from like phenomenon or paranormal, but I always kind of thought about it in a way like multiverse or parallel. When you look through a mirror, for all you know, are we actually? I mean, obviously we're looking at ourselves. Because, you know, what our eyes are seeing and how the glass is shaped. But what if that is partially, when we see ourselves, one of our parallels? Because mirrors are always backwards.
Right.
So what
that's
if
also been a theory about the multiverse, is the fact that we are living in a parallel universe. And where we're seeing ourselves in a mirror, we're actually looking at ourselves from the other universe. That's the reason why it goes into the whole thing of slight differences. Because my tattoos that I've got on my shoulders, I've got one on the left and one on the right. But in the mirror, it looks like one's on the right. The left is on the right and the right is on the left.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of those, okay, so there is that. And one of the another theory is that, okay, remember how earlier you asked about people being in the same place at the same time in multiple universes?
Right.
Okay. So when that happens, it's theorized that that's when the universe, the boundaries between those universes become weaker, and you can jump from one to the other. It does. It's not happened to a lot of people. In fact, it's happened to very, very few. But a lot of people feel like that has happened to them, and that's also kind of where we get the Mandela effect from.
Oh, dear Lord, the Mandela effect.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that subscribe to that and that remember things differently than other people do.
Well, like I remember shit differently.
Say what?
Huh?
Holy crap, all three of you went off at the same time.
It's the multiverse.
God damn it, Morty.
Okay, what I said is I do remember a lot of shit differently than what people are talking about today as Mandela effects.
Yeah. Like one of the things that what was that? One of the things that I remember that seems different now is that there's okay, you guys have seen Talladega Nights, right?
Yep.
You know what? Actually, I'd have to say I haven't.
Okay, it's okay. That's all right. So there's a scene towards the end of the movie where Ricky Bobby shows up at dude's house while he's having a dinner party with Mos Def and Elvis Costello.
Okay.
And in the first version I ever saw of that, he introduces, like the villain of the movie, introduces both of them, and then they get up and they walk away and they have a conversation. In the newer, or in what I feel like is a different version of the movie, he comes up and he doesn't introduce them, and they get up and he asks them, was that Mos Def and Elvis Costello? And he's like, no, that wasn't them. It's really weird because I remember both versions, and maybe it's just a, like a special edition thing, but I never picked up a special edition. I always had the original, and and that's what I remember.
Well, I mean, you've got that, and then you've got the other stuff that's popped up, and I can just touch on that real briefly. The Berenstain Bears.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Looney Tunes being another.
Yeah.
The location in which, I mean, we all know that where our heart is located, but in school, when you said the Pledge of Allegiance, they said, hold your hand over your heart, and everyone placed it over the left side of their chest.
Yeah.
Location of our kidneys, where they're located. They're actually not in our back. They're actually underneath our rib cage.
I think that's just a common misconception about kidneys, though.
Yeah.
I am familiar with the Looney Tunes one, which is funny because I remember Looney Tunes being tunes spelled like music.
So do I.
And the reason for that was because they always had like music throughout all of their cartoons and little skits.
Yeah, I do remember that, but I didn't know it was spelt differently.
Yeah, so the Mandela effect with Looney Tunes is some people remember Looney Tunes as Looney, Looney, and then Tunes as Tunes,
and then now they're saying it was always Toons.
No, it was definitely Tunes. The music way. I swear to God.
Yeah. But see, you go back and it's Toons. Of course, now I don't know. I mean, they might have done something like switch it up online and change things to make people think it's a Mandela effect. And you go back on a VHS and look.
So now, would you say that would also be something similar to like? Okay. Now I remember a show that no one else fucking remembers.
Okay.
It was called The Adventures of Zeke and Kaput. Does anyone else remember that?
No, I do not.
No, because it was kaput. I don't know.
Good puns.
I don't know if I remember anything about Zeke and Kaput.
It was a show. It was a cartoon. I remember I would purposefully stay up until like 2 a.m. in the morning as a kid to watch this show. It would take place after Chalk Zone, reruns of Chalk Zone, and then they would do an episode or two of Zeke and Kaput. And it was about two aliens. One was a tall one was a little short one. and they would go on all these stupid little adventures.
What year was this?
Let's see, I'm 26 now. I had to have been 6 or 7.
So about 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, he's out working.
Still though, like no one heard anything about it at all.
No.
Funny enough, was the short one kind of fat and the tall one kind of skinny?
Yes, and they would always argue about they would always make an argument. They're always like, "Well, I don't know why it's called Zeke and Kaput. Kaput goes first. My name comes first." And then Zeke would sit there and go, "No, no, no, it's because I'm taller."
So tell me if this looks right.
They're both like a pinkish looking alien.
Yeah.
The problem is
We're about to blow his fucking mind.
I don't fucking remember if they were pink or I just remember watching it. That's all I remember. I remember watching it, and I used to love it.
Because I found one called Kaput and Zosky.
Nope.
Tell me if this is what you're talking about. I'm going to throw this in the... I'll tell you what, we're in the stream room. I'm just going to throw this in the stream chat.
We have a stream chat?
Yeah. So you see where in the Discord we're at?
Yeah.
Just click on that and you'll see an open chat.
Oh, shit. Oh, with Crash sleeping.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes! Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking damn right what I was talking about. Fuck, I don't know where I got Zeke.
No. The thing is you might be right.
Well, the thing of it is whenever I searched Zeke and Kaput, it pulled up that.
Yeah, same.
See, every time I did, it would say that there was nothing anywhere close to the existence. And I've been looking at it for years. Like, nah, I'm telling you, I remember this. And then I look it up, and it's like, nope. And then it would give me some bullcrap about how children would remember TV shows that didn't actually exist. And I'm like, no, fuck you, it existed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I'll have to look and see, because there's a show I remember from years and years ago.
Back when the age of television was just starting on a motion picture.
I'm not that fucking old, and I know where you fucking live.
And so does the Illuminati. Remember our blood oath? They're not stopping us. You won't either.
Okay, so I remember a TV show called Deadly Games. Oh shit, okay. So apparently it did exist? What the fuck? It had Jeremy Renner in it? That's odd. It's from 95? Okay. That seems about the right timeline. Huh. Impressive. Alright then. No, I didn't know if that was another one.
I'm telling you, it's like
this is going to be an interesting show for people to listen to.
Right? But man, I'm fucking telling you, it's some weird shit. Excuse me.
I mean, yeah, with all that, we've got all that. Mandela effects and everything else. People talking, well, also there's a whole line of with the Mandela effects that they're saying it is created by something with CERN. So,
yeah, because around the time that people started talking about the Mandela effect, about, I want to say, between 2 to 6 months before people started talking about, CERN did its first collision with dark matter.
With the super collider?
Yeah. And they're talking about that's what started
Oh, so
it.
that's the reason why they're saying that we got a timeline shift. So that right there, that just the Mandela effect ties into what we're talking about with the parallel universes and the
Yeah.
multiverse.
And are we in the comics?
To me, maybe that's the reason why none of our scientists can ever actually fully prove string theory. Because if once we prove it, we're gonna know the shit exists.
Right. Well, the thing is the problem that we currently have with string theory is that to do the math correctly and to solve it, we need to be aware of 11 different dimensions, and we're only aware of 4. So you have up, down, left, right, space, time.
Sounds like a cheat code
Or
on
the
a
4
game.
No. But the idea is that we're aware of vertical we're aware of what was that, height, width, depth, and space time are the dimensions that we're aware of. And space time is one dimension, not two.
So do we live in a 4D world or a 3D world?
It's suggested that we actually live up to a 26 dimension universe, but we're just not aware of the other like 22 dimensions.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like the idea is that some of those dimensions are so small that we can't even perceive them. And you just wait till I tie this into the stellar constructs on the next episode, because holy shit, man, it gets intense.
Oh, I can see why we went with these two subject matters being the next two episodes.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty impressive.
So with that, we've got multiple universes, parallel timelines, parallel universes. And we've covered the minuscule and minor changes that may or may not be noticed. What would be the severe, significant changes that would be noticeable?
Well, like I said, time going backwards, the existence of magic, the existence of science that doesn't work in this universe but might work in a different one. So think of it like this. You know how we'll come up with something and the first thoughts of it are usually based in science fiction?
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So, and when there's the possibility of a universe existing where all the science fiction stuff is just science. That's just how it works.
Okay, that just gave me a really scary thought, because I just went right back to the time flowing in reverse. We talked about, everything that you would potentially eat comes vomited back up and goes back together. Piss retracting back into your body, shit going back up in your body, and as Ken mentioned, ejaculation going back in. And we're talking about a dead body rising from the grave and going from decomposition back to, I guess it would be composition, and then you're reverting from, like, I don't know, whatever age you died at. So we're just going to give it a nice round number and say you died at 90, and you going steadily back for 90 years back to being a child or an infant. Would that not be traumatizing if you were actually able to remember all that shit and become the unborn child in your mother's womb, and then separating off into the one lonely sperm that made it to the egg, the egg in your mother?
And then going back into your dad.
And then
Maybe.
and that one lonely sperm going back and rejoining all its little brothers and sisters that got skeeted inside your mom and going back inside your dad.
From the window to the wall. Well, there's also the possibility of a universe similar to that, where time flows backwards for animals and people, but only in the aging process. Where like you continue to live out your entire life, but you're steadily getting younger.
A case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah, like a Benjamin Button. Yeah.
So you start out as an old, decrepit. We're just gonna call it. Your infancy stage is old and decrepit, and you steadily, as you grow
Brad Pitt.
up, you steadily de-age yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, waking up old and slowly becoming Brad Pitt over a long period of time. I think I'd be pretty fucking sexy.
You wouldn't mind going to bed and waking up as Brad Pitt. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, the problem is I would just be a horrible person. I would just be like, I mean, maybe not horrible. I'd be pretty open about it. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm here.
So the time reversal wouldn't exactly be a full on everyone moving backwards. It would more along the lines of the aging process, starting at the end and going back.
Right. Oh no, I'm saying that both would be possibilities.
Well, I mean, both would be a possibility, but that was more along the lines of the less traumatic one.
Yeah, one's a lot easier pill to swallow than the other.
in size comparison, one pill is the size of an Advil. The other one is the size of a baseball.
Well, think of it like this. There's probably a universe out there where the dinosaurs never went extinct. There's probably another one where instead of being a mostly empty universe or a mostly empty just galaxy, it's just full of fucking aliens.
And there's also one where I could be running around as Batman.
You know what? That's absolutely true. Because a lot of the way...
Oh, if he gets to run around as Batman, I get to run around as Deadpool.
Yeah, that was my point. There's the possibility of universes existing where people do have superpowers.
I'd just be rich.
I don't give a damn about superpowers. I just want to be rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget flying around. Laser eyes, X-ray eyes.
I'll leave all that criminal shit to Batman. Or I'm sorry, I'll leave all that criminal shit to Superman. He's got it. He's got it handled. I ain't got to worry about a thing.
Rich.
Wonder Woman, get over here. I need a blowjob.
How much is it going to cost? Remember, I walk around with $10,000 bills in my pocket. Oh,
I would have the Humbler from the Dark Knight series.
The tumbler from the Dark Knight series? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Different tumbler.
The Dark Knight, the Dark Knight series Batmobile. How about that?
What's this button do? I don't know. Hit it.
Ooh.
Fucking missiles go off, blow up half a block, and he's like, "Oh,
I would.
That would
be me. I just gotta go over here. Yeah, I'm going over here. I think I hear somebody call my name.
Well, see, We know Crash,
Batman, is that you?
and it would be ooh shiny push.
Yeah, I'd flash my own signal. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, I can see it now. Batman, what are you doing? There's my signal. There's an emergency. I'm gonna have to go.
See you holding a flashlight. What flashlight?
That flashlight, right? Shut the fuck up.
Batman, we need to talk. What's up? I'm pregnant. Oh, you looky there. The bat signal's up.
Yeah. Oh, the bat signal. By the way, tell Robin I said good job. Robin just got back in town 4 weeks ago. I'm 6 months pregnant. Oh no.
Again, there's that signal.
Where's
Look,
Superman
the
at? I know he's
kid
in
having
here.
a good time. The best signal.
Yeah. Funny enough, that actually fucking happened in the comic books. Poor Batgirl. That was not a good time.
But yeah, I would do every single bit of that. Here's a bad signal. I gotta go.
Yeah, I can't say that I wouldn't do some crazy
It's
bullshit.
like you're supposed to care. Yeah, but I don't.
Help, Batman! I'm being mugged.
Not today.
Yourself.
Yeah, my schedule's full.
You're supposed to help us. Do you know how many times I've helped specifically you today? This is ridiculous. You can't even stay out of trouble. I might as well just let them kill you so I don't have to work my ass off all the fucking time.
Batman helps those that help themselves.
Let's face it, honestly, I would probably wind up being either Omni-Man or Homelander. It would not be pretty for anybody.
Well, at least you wouldn't be Black Bolt, and we're good there.
So getting back on the topic of of multiverses.
That was kind of on the topic because we'll be others in a different universe.
You know what? You're absolutely right. You are.
Yeah.
We weren't that far off topic.
No.
No, we weren't completely off topic. We were still there a little bit.
Yeah.
It'd just be what we was doing if we had those powers.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
We just broke off into a little tangent.
But we do that kind of shit all the time anyway, so it's okay. Our listeners are used to it. I hope.
If not, they need to start getting that way, because I have yet to experience a podcast with this group where we stay 100% on topic and don't deviate any.
I've been in one, and that was before you guys.
That's before the other two showed up.
That was before myself and Crash showed up. So
that was
What
the
they're
first
saying-
episode, and that was the only episode.
What they're
Yep.
saying is we're bad influences. I get it.
That's okay. I would never replace you. I want you to be here.
I suppose I would have to agree.
okay, so we were saying.
He's trying.
He's trying. He is.
Where do
We
go
were
from
saying-
here?
Whatever he's thinking of is funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
He's seen his reflection.
He's seen his reflection.
Because, we were just talking about, superpowers and everything else, and I'm sitting here going, yeah, that's not Chapel's world.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Well, there might be a universe where he's pilling the village. along with some other things in the village.
I'm just out here pillaging.
Pillaging and pillaging.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all these people are upset about. I'm just out here pillaging.
Yeah, you're out there more. You're out there doing a little bit more than pillaging, buddy.
He's screaming, "I am your god."
What the fuck?
Oh.
Hey, we know it's all true.
Which part?
Pillaging the village.
I mean, I'm not even going to try to deny that.
I imagine you wouldn't.
All right, so does... go ahead.
I got a feeling in one world there's a chapel walking around with a bunch of females chained up like Princess Leia.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, it's not far from accurate, let's be honest.
Chapel the
All
Hut.
right.
That's the end of this episode.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's the end of this episode.
Where's the hang up button? I want it to stop recording.
No, we haven't done the outro yet.
We still got time.
Jesus.
All right, that's it for this episode. You guys have a wonderful day.
Man, he's doing that in a hurry.
We're doing this right now. Right now.
No! Can't end the episode yet!
Hey, but the other episode's similar to this, so yeah, we can carry it on in the next one.
Yeah. A Dyson sphere just full of me.
Yeah. And he'll be going, well, that's today's episode. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. It could be 5 minutes in. Well, I think we've had enough.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it.
This part out.
He's ending the episode because we're talking about him.
I mean, we are close to time anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this was
everybody's got
side railed, but you know.
I'm not saying that you would be the only one in the universe like that, so.
Oh, dude, I'd make them wear gimp suits. Let's be honest.
I'd have a bunch of females chained together topless, so.
Well, that's going to be that for our female listeners.
Hey, only in the parallel universe when they hear it.
Right.
They might be some lined up outside his house right now.
You can't tell me that some of the female listeners wouldn't have a group of men with, their dicks hanging out.
I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta milk the cattle.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you do.
Oh, fucking hell.
Demonetized.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Good God.